Fox 17 News has spent more than a year investigating the death of toddler Ariel Rose.
The 23-month-old daughter of homeless parents discovered by Metro Police living in deplorable conditions.
The question is, why did Metro Police take 13 months to charge someone in Rose's drug-induced death?
Fox 17 News' Amanda Chin continues her investigation looking for answers.
It's a death that family members believe could have been avoided. And while it's been frustrating for them to wait for answers, the family tells me they'll continue to push through so their little girl gets the justice she deserves. A young life cut too soon. At just 23 months, Ariel Rose passed away at Highroad Place, a transitional housing facility. The autopsy shows she had 12 times the lowest reported lethal dose of fentanyl in her system.
The family is devastated still. I mean, you don't get over the loss of a child or a grandchild. I mean, no parent or grandparent should ever have to bury a grandchild or a child.
Months before she died, Ariel had been spotted at Brookmeade Park, one of the city's largest homeless encampments at the time.
Jonathan, that kid is not supposed to be here.
Well,
I mean, there are a lot of things you could do that would be better than this. I've seen that child in here one too many times, and I am not happy. That child is in danger in here.
Yes, sir. I guess having a father's not that important.
Well, having one and having one that plays the role correctly are two different things.
But family members tell me Ariel had been shuffled around between visiting with her parents at Brookmeade to visiting them at Highroad Place, to then living with her aunt, who had custody of Ariel at the time of her death. Ariel's grandfather, Mickey Rose, tells me the aunt dropped the toddler off at Highroad to be with Ariel's father and grandmother, but Ariel should have never been there in the first place. Mickey is also suing the nonprofit running Highroad Place and believes they neglected to properly protect Ariel.
The beauty of the litigation that we've brought is it will hold people accountable, because the legislature recognized that with an illegal drug market, the criminal system isn't enough to be able to handle everything.
Since her death, Metro Police opened a criminally negligent homicide investigation into her death. In December of 2023, after a year-long investigation, officers arrested Melissa Sutton and Jesse Mashburn, both indicted on first-degree murder. Sutton and Mashburn had been caring for her when she died. A woman who lived at Highroad says they would watch the toddler often, where Ariel even called Sutton Mama. Why did it take a year to make arrests? It's a question family members have been asking me.
You're dealing with people that are involved in drugs, and with people that are in drugs, witnesses disappear, people aren't reliable. You try to talk to them and they're too high to communicate, and that's kind of the reality of the situation.
The Metro Nashville Police Department tells me they had to comb through an extensive amount of evidence, have the district attorney's office review the case, but would not expand more. The district attorney's office has no comment since this is a pending case. Others, like a woman who lived at Highroad Place and called 911 when Ariel died, are also calling on other family members to be held accountable, like the aunt who had custody of Ariel.
But you know their history. You know their history. You bring Ariel knowing that she's not supposed to be there.
I reached out to the Department of Children's Services to ask about the decision to give the aunt custody. A spokesperson says, in part, when a child cannot safely remain in their home, placement with a relative or significant kin is preferred over that of a non-relative, as long as the relative can provide a safe and stable environment. Those findings are presented to the court, where the judge makes final custody decisions. Pursuant to state and federal law, we are unable to provide specific information regarding children and families served by DCS. Sutton and Mashburn had their first court appearance on Wednesday. They both entered pleas of not guilty. They are expected back in court on May 29th. Reporting in the studio, I'm Amanda Chin, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.